Hello everybody, welcome to the 7th episode of Otaku Gathering and happy Satanic Festivals. Yeah, it's Halloween and it just so happens to come out on that day. We kind of didn't plan it. We just release it every Friday and Halloween happened to be Friday. So, due to it being Halloween, me and Temeth both decided to watch the same series, which was...
Corpse Party, which is
And,
kind of a bit weird.
yeah, it was a pretty weird
Souls.
series.
Its full name is like Corpse Party Tortured Souls. It's a
Yeah.
OVA of the game Corpse Party.
Yeah. I had been told to watch it like a million times on Facebook and on Mal.
Yeah.
And I knew it was every time somebody recommended it, they recommended it because it was a gory horror series. And I've not watched too many horror series, if you really want to say it like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've watched any other ones at all.
The only one which people even class remotely as a horror is Mirror Nikki.
Yeah, I guess the closest to a horror I watched was Another, and that wasn't very good. I don't find the horror genre of anime that good, and there are people that love it. I mean,
I know lots of people that love horror
Yeah.
anime.
But so I'm gonna say it, I wasn't a massive fan of Corpse Party. It was all right. I'm kind of glad it was only 4 episodes, because if it had been any longer, they would have just stretched out content that wasn't there, and
Yeah.
they kind of got to what everybody wanted to see, and that was guts and people dying, and yeah,
That was the weirdest thing, right? Everything was just guts.
yeah,
There,
literally.
there was no brains or anything like that. It was just guts.
So I said before, one of the things I do a lot while watching anime is I watch the series, and as I'm watching it, I guess how the show's going to end, or I guess what's going to happen to somebody. I guessed who the bad guy was instantly. Literally.
Yeah, she was pretty obvious.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to try not to spoil who it is.
I think I've just kind of...
Nah. Because there's so many female characters, it could be anyone.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it had a fairly decent story. Like, it was there, but I didn't care at all about it. I just wanted to see people
I
die.
quite like the ending though.
Yeah, the ending was cool. Holding
like,
the arms. Yeah.
There was there was the two girls.
Yeah.
That was the one girl. There was the two parts of the
Oh,
girl. Good part, bad part. Was it
yes.
mother?
Yes, sorry. I thought you meant the ending where the two girls
Oh
get
no,
out.
there was that part too.
That was
Did
cool.
you see after the credits though?
Yeah, I watched it, yeah. They kind of teased a second season or something. And
Yeah.
they shouldn't. They really shouldn't. Unless they do it properly. Like, they have to really do it good. And
It's right. Shall we just go straight into what you would rate it?
what, if I had to... What, using...
Yeah, I've rated it.
Oh, I haven't. What, so we'll start off with story.
Story was
Uh,
6 at
the,
most.
the story was there to give a reason for people to die.
The good bit was though that you got told one bit, that bit turned out to be fake.
Yeah, that was the thing. There was...
Next bit came along, like there was a girl in it that you all thought was really nice
Yeah.
and would help out, and
Yeah.
then she turns out to be a complete and utter psycho bitch.
The thing that was cool about that, so a lot of series like this have that one character who's actually a good guy, and they kind of just guide people and help them, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. That's who you're supposed to believe that character is. Right, spoilers. I can't not spoil this show, so if you haven't seen it, I'll stick an annotation on the screen and just skip to the next point. So that character, you thought they were going to be the good guy, and when it's revealed they were the bad guy, I know you're supposed to be shocked, but I wasn't in the slightest. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked in the slightest that they were the bad guy. I kind of see it coming.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was just one of those things.
But it was cool.
I've just found out. Give me a second. I don't want to deafen everyone because
Yeah, I know.
will kill you all. That's actually there was a second series.
Oh, well, there's deleted scenes. I watched the deleted scenes.
The missing footage, as
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah, they're just scenes that they didn't bother to put in. It's
11 minutes per episode, yeah.
yeah, it wasn't worth watching, to be honest.
Alright. So, as the show went on, like, you started out, girl wakes up, you have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Then you kind of get the snippet back. Give me a second again. It's so horrible. I don't know why I'm sneezing now.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, you sit there and you're like, right, so paper thing. Give me a second again. Right, let's hopefully stop sneezing. And right, so you have all these people meeting up because girl's leaving. As the girl is leaving, they all do this weird. Let's tell scary stories.
Yeah.
With stalker teacher.
That teacher was weird. So in the UK, teachers don't stay at the school. When they get to leave, they leave. They don't stay there overnight. I don't understand that.
I think it was just like a awesome evening, and it was dark, rather than it be really late.
I don't know. I don't know.
Parking or something, because I've been past my school or one of my old schools at stupid o'clock and actually seen people in there.
Yeah. Well, so the thing I found was the story got better the further you got into it. It started off the first 2 episodes, there was no story. There was one of the girls was leaving, so they were hanging out at the school, telling scary stories, and then they'd done a friendship charm where they had to hold a piece of paper and say something over and over again, which played into the actual plot of the story. But then the ending, the last episode, was by far the best episode, and I think it had the least amount of deaths in, which is weird because you'd expect a horror series like this, the more deaths the better, but I felt they told the story better because they weren't trying to occupy it all the time with creative ways to kill people.
It was really good, and I liked the fact that we actually found out about one of the characters, how they died.
Yeah.
I just thought it had been, she finding him with the ghost.
Yeah.
And then we found out Bucket.
I thought some of that stuff was really cool. Like, when the guy... so we were saying about
We're not going to have spoilers in this bit.
Yeah. So, no, but the guy where he was taking the pictures of all the dead bodies and then he found out... That, I was like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like that. But yeah, so we'll jump back to what you said about rating the show. So, in case you don't know, I use a method. I think I've more or less made you use it. Where you rate the story, characters, animation, sound, and your own personal enjoyment. You don't really have to put that one in there, but I do. Out of 10 to 1 decimal place. So, for instance, on a certain series, you might say the story is a 7.5. You'd do the same for characters, animation, sound, and enjoyment. You'd add them all up, divide it by 5. That's your final score. That's my way of not letting nostalgia take over. Because if I was to just go on enjoyment altogether, something like Dragon Ball Z would go to number 1 because it was what I watched as a kid. It's what I really enjoyed. But I know the animation wasn't that great. I know that while the dub was good, it wasn't a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It wasn't a Cowboy Bebop. The story to Dragon Ball Z is, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy, bang, that's the story.
Right.
And then your characters are, they're cool characters, whatever. Like, but enjoyment, it's like a 10 because there's so much nostalgia to me.
Not just that, if you actually just enjoyed the show.
That's like
we've had it before in which the show has been really, really bad. I haven't enjoyed it. One being Say I Love You. I really hated the show, didn't like the storyline, didn't like the characters, thought it was all crap. Apart from the actual animation was really, really well done. Yeah. Which carried it a little bit.
Yeah. So now that we've explained how the rating system works for us anyway, we'll move on to rating it. You said you've rated it already, so should I go first or you?
We'll go down the list on all of it. I've got an overall rating for it, and then I'll have the part ratings as well.
Cool. So, story to me, as I said, the story's only there to kill people. So I'd give it like a 4.3-ish. No, I'd give it higher than that. I'd give it a 5.2 because it's just above average for me. Very slightly above average. What would you give?
Yeah.
What would you give story?
I gave it a 6.2.
Yeah.
Because although you had obvious killing parts, there was some really, really nice story parts in which
The ending.
you get that feeling. Yeah, the ending. The person that you think is actually a really nice person and turns out to be
The most psycho bitch.
things like that, and lesbians at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of implied that they're lesbians, yeah. Yeah.
But
definitely.
that doesn't really count. You know, it's that sort of thing. I did give it a 6.2. I thought it was actually reasonable.
And then characters. I don't remember the name of a single character in this series.
Oh, I quite liked the characters. I have to admit, Mokida Satsushi was actually really cool. He was the bloke with the little sister.
Yeah, the more or less the main character, yeah.
Yeah, then you had Sachiko, who was also someone that I actually thought was reasonable.
Who was that?
She was Evil Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Then you had the other one that I thought was reasonable was Naomi.
She was the girl that you first see after the incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the only character's name I could remember.
Yeah, I think that's it. Unless
you had the girl who was giving the tongues back to the kids as well.
Yeah. I'm not sure I remember her name in a minute. You mean Ayumi?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, but
Shinozaki.
So the characters to me were the absolute weakest point of the story of the whole show.
Really, I actually had it down as one of the best parts for me.
One of the reasons for that is for the same reason I rate the characters from Shingeki no Kyojin or Attack on Titan so low, because they can die. They can die too easily. Like,
yeah.
When I rate
7.2.
When I rate characters, I don't just rate the main characters. I rate every single character who has a line in the series.
Yeah.
So there were so many characters that I didn't care for.
Yeah.
In reality, by the end of the series, there was only one character I cared for, and that was the main male protagonist.
Yeah.
And I just felt like none of the characters had any essence to them. They just felt like I just was waiting for every single one of them to die. Although I have to say, I was really creeped out when the little girl died. Spoilers.
Oh, I know who you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, man. When they were going to kill her, I was like, well, somebody's going to break in and save her. No, she died. And
she died.
Yeah, that's the thing with this series. People died.
Like, that's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it. Characters wise, you say that characters can be killed, but to me that's enjoyable. It's the same as in Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, you sit there, you enjoy a character, you go, oh, I really actually like this character, but you know at the back of your head all the time, that character can die.
If I like the character, they're probably gonna die.
Yeah. So that whole idea of they are still humans to me was a very nice idea.
Yeah, but characters, I didn't resonate with any of the characters at all. So
I also quite liked Yuki Kano. Do you remember her? That was the little ghost girl that helped out.
Yeah.
Shinozaki.
She helped them escape both times.
The first time.
Yep. Oh no. Yeah, you're right. She didn't help him the last time.
Yeah.
But no. So I didn't relate with any of the characters too well. So I'd give the characters a 3.6.
See, I gave it a 7.2. I actually really did like the characters.
Oh, I was gonna.
But
oh no, I'd have to give it 2. Yeah, I didn't draw with the characters, but the next one is animation. That gets the highest score for me. Because...
My animation was, I think, 8.3.
Yeah. So, if I quickly explain what I give my rating, so a 5 is average. An average show would get a 5, ideally. Then 6 is good, 7's great, 8 is fantastic, 9 is just amazing. It's godlike. And then 10 is a masterpiece. Nothing gets a 10 because nothing is perfect. That's the way I usually put it. So, sorry, I would usually say 9 is a masterpiece, 10 is perfection, because you can't reach it. And then once you go down, so 4 is bad, or... Well, yeah, 4 is bad. No, 4 is bad to me. 5 is average. 3 is very bad. 2 is burn it with fire. 1 is fire's not working, nuke the bitch. And 0 is this should not exist.
Yeah.
So... animation was really nice for the series. It was dark, it was graphic, the death scenes and the gore were very graphic.
Like, it still was vibrant at points.
Yeah, when it needed to look nice, it looked nice. That's important.
Yeah.
But the character design sucked. The character designs were standard. None of the characters looked good, if that makes sense. They just looked average.
There was nothing that really differentiated them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So the character designs, though, they get 5 and above because they weren't below average. So probably a 6-ish. Backgrounds, almost... It's like playing Dead Space, if you've ever played it. All the backgrounds look the same. You know what I mean.
But at the same time,
it was supposed to.
That weren't.
Yeah. But the thing is, like Dead Space, it's supposed to all look the same. It is
So
brown walls
it discombobulates you on where they are within the...
Yeah, it works perfectly in that sense. So, and then, as I said, you've got the gore scenes, which would get a high score because they did look very good and they didn't hold back. So, altogether, I would give the animation a 7.2-ish.
I gave it a high marking on this. Just something that I do want to point out before we even go into anything else.
Yeah.
Unnecessary panty shots.
They were well animated though.
They were well animated, but they wasn't needed.
Especially of the main character's little sister. I was like, nope, don't need to see that. Do not need to see that.
Not just that. Like when the girl gets dragged up by her legs.
Yeah,
it's not needed.
They were unneeded. I remember.
I am all for an ecchi. I will watch an ecchi. I'm all for pantsu. Don't get me wrong. I would freaking Kill the Kill.
Oh, that show. I fucking hate that show.
But I found this unnecessary. You had that. Then you had which one was it? Naomi that was on the bed.
Yeah.
And you had Fondle Ghost.
Oh my god, that rape scene. Oh my god.
Yeah.
She got raped by a ghost in the first episode.
And it was just like, it's not needed.
I forgot that happened. Oh god. Oh, it was not. That was.
Even for me, that's not needed.
No.
Story bit as well. Another bit on the story, which kind of counts as enjoyment as well.
Mm-hmm.
There was bits that seemed missing in the show.
I thought that. It felt like it was supposed to be about 6 episodes long, and they only had 4 episodes to do it in.
No. Like, they said about how they got the confession, they sorted out the tongues.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
But you didn't see that.
I think they did that because it would have just been the same thing 3 times, if that makes sense.
No, because it would have been nicer, like, seeing the confession of the dude.
But that's what I mean. I think they only had 4 episodes when they wanted 6, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was the disappointing part for me.
Like, that could have been an episode in of itself, them showing them getting the confession.
Because then we'd have also seen the other children.
Mm.
Like, Headlop Girl. What the hell was wrong with her? Yeah.
But
stuff like that.
The death scenes I thought were really cool. I actually enjoyed the death scenes.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. They were really, really nicely done.
Hmm.
But I did notice one bit that I was a bit, and that was the girl that got dragged up by her legs after the teacher turned around and saying, "No, come away,"
Yeah.
from these two ghosts.
Yeah.
And then she gets dragged up and smashed against the wall.
Yeah.
It was, let's just have this mush of organs on the wall, and the only way that you're actually going to tell whether or not this is Naomi or if it's like Mayu, who it was by this bobble.
Yeah.
And I was a bit like, it's a bit.
It definitely wasn't pretty, but so the next category is sound. I can't really judge much about the sound because there's not a dub. So you can't add the points I usually add for a dub, even a really really bad dub.
The quality of the sound that we were listening to, we had this conversation about Black Lagoon. When you listen to the Black Lagoon episodes, anywhere, they all sound crackly unless you buy the DVD.
Yeah.
So for me, I didn't give it a great mark because the sound, as we did say, you can't differentiate.
Yeah.
If the voice actors were good on the dub, things like that. Like if it was Greg Aries, then it would have to be a 1.
He's done some good roles. He was good in Beck.
He was good in Clannad. But
yeah, he was good at Sunahara in Clannad.
It's things like that. You can't really tell. But the sound quality that we actually got to listen to on the shows was really good. So it didn't get a bad mark. It didn't get a great mark. It just got a mark that was slightly above average for me due to the fact that it was of a slightly higher quality of sound.
Yeah, so as you said, the sound quality was good because it's a fairly recent series, so it's gonna sound good. The Japanese voice acting was fine. It could have been a bit better. But the music sucked. The opening was meh. I didn't care much for it. It was good enough. The outro was meh, good enough. But the OST wasn't creepy enough. If the soundtrack had been a lot more creepy, like there was creepy piano music as somebody was walking up behind someone, or there was better sound effects.
But I don't think it was supposed to be that kind of show.
It would have.
The soundtrack was more of a let's get you pumped. Because there was a lot of running about, there was a lot of fighting, and it was more of a, I would say, a thriller gore than a horror gore.
Yeah, but it could have done a better job being more well-rounded, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So sound, same as you, give it slightly above average, but nothing special. I'd give it a 5.5. So.
Yeah.
5.5. So the next one is enjoyment. How much did you enjoy the show when you disregard everything and just say, I enjoyed it this much?
I gave it, I think it was 6.5.
That's perfectly reasonable. That's about what I would have given it. So I sat there.
It was not great, but it wasn't like something that I had to turn off. It was something that I could get on with. It had its points of view like, oh, that's really cool. As I say, with some of the storyline, the animation was nice, and it just, the enjoyment of it was reasonable.
So here's the thing. It's not my type of show. It's not. I really enjoy shows where I can get attached to the characters and cry when they win, if that makes sense. I don't know if I've ever explained this to you or anyone. I don't cry so much about sadness. I cry at moments of epicness.
There is one point that I will bring up once you're finished here.
So, in a show, right? So this is a stupid example, and it will make no sense to anyone. Kuroko's no Basket, or the basketball that Kuroko plays. I cried at that show so many times, and there's nothing to cry about.
I had that feeling though in some of the Naruto's episodes where you're like, oh my god, it's so happy.
Yeah, you'll be watching like people fight, and I'm like, this is so epic, and a tear will literally roll down my cheek.
I haven't had that, but I've had the feeling as if like I can feel it simmering.
Mm.
It takes a lot to get me to cry.
And I cry from really, really happy moments a lot.
I cried for a happy moment this week in Naruto's manga, which we'll come on to later.
Don't spoil anything though. I got spoiled to something, and I was so pissed.
We'll come on to that in a minute.
Yeah. So enjoyment 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. I'd give it a 6.5.
Right. Your overall marking, both with all your markings together, and then what you would give it if you hadn't done all this marking.
So adding it all together, I get around a 5.5. It actually came back as 5.56, and that's about right. That's about what I would give it.
All right, for me, I would have given it 6.9.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, it's better than average. I could sit there and watch it. I was actually okay to watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'd wasted my time watching it.
Yeah.
But then again, I didn't feel like I could watch this again.
No, I wouldn't ever watch it again.
Or that I was happy that I'd watched it, if that makes sense.
Here's a quick question for you. Would you prefer if it was, say, 12 episodes long?
Probably, actually.
I think 12 episodes would have been too long.
No, like, because then you could have had more story. Like, to actually build up the characters before they suddenly just got dropped into this freaking school.
That's the thing. Like, you could tell there was these slight romances between certain characters. Like, I don't think...
And then they die.
Or not even that. They don't just die. It's never explored in the slightest.
Yeah, so you sit there, you're like, can we just pull it back a little bit?
Yeah.
Have this discussion, and then we can go on to it, because we had that. I want to know why Yuka was there. We had a slight discussion.
She came to give an umbrella to her brother because apparently it had started raining or something.
Yeah.
And
But that was about it.
But one thing that makes no sense. Why would you send the little girl in the dark to go give her brother a fucking umbrella? Let the guy walk home in the rain. She's a little girl.
It was kind of a bit like, and then, so we had that. We then also had Naomi and Seko, like their lesbian romance type thing going on.
Didn't understand that.
Yeah. Why was Shishido there? Shishido Sensei. What was the point in her?
Wait, is that the teacher? That was the teacher, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the teacher.
Her name was her first name Yui.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but
dogs.
No problem.
The dog is ill this week.
I'm not even sure. Like, that's the thing. If I think the show could have been 6 episodes. If the show had been 6 half-an-hour episodes, I think it could have been much more well-rounded. It could have told aspects of the story it had never told. It could have explored the character's backstory and developed the romance between certain characters that would have made it so it meant more when the characters actually died. Like,
definitely,
you were introduced to these characters and then they died, and you were like, well, I don't care. I do not care. Like that guy with the glasses, when he died, I was like, meh, don't care.
You just seem like a bit of a bastard.
And then that other guy who killed the guy with the glasses, where the fuck did that guy come from?
Well, he was the guy that the girl that we all thought was nice loved, and they went there, but he died. And then he went a bit crazy. As in the story, it's kind of explained that if you stay there for long,
you would go crazy, yeah.
Eventually.
But I didn't feel for the series. To me, a 5.5 to a 6 is exactly what I would have given it if I hadn't have bothered rating it.
Yeah.
But you said you've watched some other stuff this week?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been watching?
I've been watching a few different things this week, actually.
What have you been watching?
I watched a few bits of Free.
Oh.
That happened.
Yeah.
Liking it, loving the animation on it. Storyline hasn't really got into anything yet, so I've only completed like the first episode. So.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I was not able to get to sleep, so I was like, oh, I'll watch something that's a bit mellow.
It's not mellow at all.
Yeah, but it wasn't something like Corpse Party.
Yeah, but by the end of the series, it's so intense.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind intense at the end of the season.
Yeah.
But it was something that didn't then get me going, oh, yeah.
Need more. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
It
you
was
need,
just something that I would watch in my own time.
if you need something to go to sleep to watch, I'll hand you Gasaraki. It's pretty fucking boring. I hate
Right,
watching
so
it.
that was one
Yeah.
of the multiple anime I watched this week.
Bloody hell.
I've started Fate Stay Night.
I just bought
Blade
Fate
Works.
Stay Night. Oh,
The Ultimate Blade Works I'm watching at the moment.
what, the new series that's coming out at the moment?
Yep.
Yep.
Because I have a Crunchyroll membership.
Oh, you actually did buy one in the end then?
Yep.
Nice.
So I've been watching that, which is really nice. Although for some reason it overheats my computer.
Yeah, it does. It's quite daunting to use on your computer. I don't
I've
know.
now got it on my phone, so I'll just watch it on my phone.
Ah, fair play.
So I got that, started watching that, all caught up on that. Even after like the 1 hour long episode at the beginning.
Yeah, the Fate series is known to do that.
But it was really good. Like I'm actually enjoying that show.
Yeah, how much did you watch?
As many episodes that have come out.
I was going to say, yeah. Cool.
So first 3 episodes are gone. Waiting for the 4th. Also started No Game No Life this week.
Really good series. I made a review on it, so.
I'm actually really enjoying that, and earlier today I was watching more of that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I'm actually keeping an eye on at the moment to watch.
So you got a list of some good stuff there.
Yeah, I'm actually Fate Stay Night Ultimate Blade Works is actually now a thing I am watching every week.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It looks so good.
Animation is gorgeous.
By UFO.
It's actually reasonable.
Fuck, it's so gorgeous.
I have to admit, I do love it. And I was kind of disappointed when there was only 3 episodes out.
Yeah. I just bought the DVD box set of Fate Stay Night, the original series. And it looks so ugly compared to Fate Zero and the new Fate Stay Night. But I want to watch Fate Stay Night and then Fate Zero.
Fate Zero, then Fate Stay Night. All
yeah. You can watch it in almost any order. Because
no, they're completely different storylines. While at the same
oh
time.
well, it's so they're the same world and the same story, but in different times. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, it's explained in Ultimate Blade Works how it's all happening.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan of watching things in the way that they were released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've had that. The other thing that I actually watched this week was a bit of Naruto, the latest episode. Shall we move on to that?
Yeah, we can do. I'll just quickly touch on. I am still watching Gasaraki. I've moved like 3 episodes further. And I've been reading an absolute shit ton of Bakuman, and I've nearly finished it. So fuck all you people that keep saying I'm reading it slowly. It has a lot of text in it, okay? They message me on Mal, and they say, haha, you're reading Bakuman really slowly. And then I look at their list, and all they've read is fucking Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and like Rurouni Kenshin. Those have like no text in them at all. I read the first 3 volumes of Naruto in an hour. So shut the fuck up. I can read quick. Okay.
It's so easy. Like Naruto takes no
Bricks.
time at all.
But they kept pointing it out to me that I was reading it slowly, and I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't think that you should really care about that, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
That's why nobody messages me on Mal, because although I'm actually on Mal and have started using it again.
Yeah, you never update it because you're annoying.
If anyone complained at me that I'm not watching something or I'm not reading something fast enough, I will just turn around to them and say, well, I'm going to read it in my own time. You go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I gained a group of people that like and hate me on Mal because I once started a post on the forum on there saying, "Am I the only one that didn't like Berserk, the anime series?" Not realizing that it's like some holy grail of anime that nobody can dislike. But since I first watched it, I've rewatched it twice and I really enjoyed it. So, fuck you again.
Oh god. Not that. Something's just come up with my bowel.
Why? What came up?
An anime recommendation.
What is it?
Kiss Exist.
Oh god, no. The other day I see on there free Iwatobi Swim Club. If you like this anime, you should watch. And then it was Boku no Pico, and I was like, for fuck's sake,
No.
shut the fuck up. No. But no, I've been getting a lot of people messaging me on Mal. If you actually want to message me, don't message me on there. Message me on Twitter or on YouTube, somewhere like that, because I'm more likely to reply to you.
I will also reply to you, and if you haven't got a reply off him, feel free to message me. I will actually answer, and then I'll just kick his ass and get him to respond.
I do respond. I respond to almost everything. It's just a lot of them are like, "Ha, you're reading slow," and it's like, no. Why don't you go read something like Death Note, where the page is like 50% text, 50% pictures?
Yeah. Just like, if you want to message us, feel free. It's not an issue.
Oh yeah, I love it. Somebody messaged me today. I was really happy. It's like the first message I got in ages.
Messages, and I think our plan for isn't it next year that we're going to MCM Comic Con?
Yeah, hopefully. I'm not sure when the date is, but we just need to plan it.
Yeah, the plans are coming out. We'll tell you more about that when that comes up. And if we're there and you do watch this and you're there, feel free to come up to us. We'll happily chat to you. It's not an issue at all. Like, if you see it as any cons, just come up with...
The main reason I want to go to a con is to buy cheap anime and manga.
I'll happily just... I like it for the fact that then you get to find people that you actually...
That watch the show, yeah. I was really surprised today. Somebody shared my quickie review of the Steins Gate OVA.
Yeah.
They shared it was like, this guy hits the nail right on the head, I think the comment was. And I didn't notice until today, that video has got over 100 views. It's my first video to get over 100 views. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I think it was like 138. I haven't been uploading very well because I've got work all the time. It's really hard to sit down and write a script.
I haven't got any of the things that I used to have.
No.
I'm waiting at the moment.
I get in from work and I literally just sit on my sofa behind me and watch anime until I go to bed. That's literally it.
See, at the moment I'm just playing WoW. I've got a gear up ready for the expansion coming out, and I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'm going to be dead to the world next weekend, actually. No one's going to get a hold of me.
Yeah, so we've talked about what we've been reading or watching. Well, you've read some other stuff, but we'll get onto that later. So, want to move on to the newest episode of Naruto and One Piece?
Feel free. Do you want to start with One Piece, because I haven't watched it?
Yeah, I'll quickly run over One Piece. It was a good episode. Slow pace still. We got to see more of what's his something blue. No, fuck! I forgot what his name is. Colonel something. Anyway,
I don't know this character.
He can swim in the ground. He's fighting Frankie.
All right, yeah.
Senor Blue. No. Senor Pink. That's his name. Senor Pink.
Swim through.
Yeah. What the fuck? He has the swim through. Can he swim in water? I want to know.
No.
But it's the swim through. If you can't swim in water.
But the whole point of having the devil fruit is that you can't swim.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. I was saying before, there's got to be a devil fruit that you could become a fish or a shark or something, and that's just got to be the most pointless thing.
There probably is. There was the most pointless one with the giraffe. The fuck?
Yeah, but the giraffe turned out to be actually cool, as they say in the series, because giraffes are cool.
Yeah, which sounds really bad.
Yeah, I miss old One Piece though. Oh,
Yeah.
Marineford, Water 7, Skypiea. Alabasta.
Not so much Skypiea.
I love
Dragged
Skypiea.
the fuck on.
It did drag the fuck on, but it was good. But yeah, so that's One Piece at the moment. It's fun. I want to read the manga, but if I'm gonna read the manga, I'm gonna read it from the start and work my way completely up to where we are now.
And then you can join me.
Yeah, and it will cost me an absolute fortune.
Manga Panda.
I don't like using scans. But yeah, so Naruto. New episode was pretty fucking good, in my opinion. I pretty liked. I heard that they did it way better than the manga did it. A lot of people saying the manga was really confusing. Like, you couldn't understand why everyone could hear each other, why Obito and Naruto were able to talk to each other inside their heads. Apparently in the manga it just made no sense.
And the whole pulling things out was
not explained well. And people said, you know when everyone could push the Rasengan?
Yeah.
In the manga people were like, well, this makes no fucking sense. Rock Lee can't make Rasengans. But in the anime it was explained that they're not making it. Naruto made them. They're just pushing them.
Yeah.
So
and Tenten!
And Tenten! Yeah, she was in the episode. That's 2 episodes in a row. That's like a record for her.
3, actually.
Was it for... I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But
We're on the third.
It was a good episode. It wasn't the best.
More than, Sakura.
Yeah. They showed Sakura for a grand total of like 7 seconds this episode, and she just stood there like this.
It was so funny.
Her and like Big Titty Tsunade are literally just stood there in one position.
No, like, Tsunade actually probably is doing shit.
She's just pretending. She's just like, nah, not doing anything, nah.
This is what gets me. Tenten is more of a main character now than Sakura.
That's a bit mean.
That's when you know your life's gone wrong.
But no, one thing I really liked about this episode is how they made everyone. They gave everyone something, if that makes sense. Even Gaara made an appearance.
Gaara was so cool.
Yeah, when he's like, "Don't worry, Naruto, I'll rescue you." Sure, does it, and then fucking Killer Bee comes out and no one's like, "Octopus." I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I like this episode. Bit slow paced though.
One issue I had with the anime was when you saw the heads in the manga, if I remember correctly, Shukaku's head was slightly better animated.
Yeah, I thought that as well. Somebody showed me a comparison of the two, like page to minute, I think it was, because it's like 20 pages to 20 minutes, and they were like comparing it and showing how much better the anime was. And one thing they pointed out was that Shikaku's head and the eight tails head looked better.
Hashibi.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't care. It looked good enough to me. But the episode felt kind of slow paced at parts, with all the flashbacks. But when Naruto started crying, I might have shed a tear. Might have done.
It's actually reasonable. Like, it shows that we're having Obito actually go,
I made a mistake.
bit of a dick.
Yeah, yeah. And it was cool to see a good guy cry for the bad guy. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm actually really enjoying Naruto right now. Like, everyone I hear says the anime is doing it better than the manga. And that's cool to me. It makes me glad I didn't read the manga.
Yeah, well, also, I think it reminds me that, like, Obito is actually reasonable.
Yeah, he's not set on this. He's, like, thinking about it still.
And I actually quite like Obito.
Yeah, a lot of people, as I said, I don't read the manga, so I'm going off what other people have said. They're saying that Obito is a much more likable character in the anime than he is in the manga.
He is.
What something I heard as well that was really interesting. If the anime keeps going at the speed it is right now, it will be finished in March of next year.
Fine by me.
That would be. Oh man, I don't even know. Like, I I watch that every week. Every Thursday before we make this show, I watch Naruto. What am I going to be without it?
We'll find something else.
True. What am I going to watch though? Like fucking Toriko or something. Although that's stopped now.
We shall find something.
Fairy Tail. God.
No.
Do you know what? I nearly bought the first 2 seasons of Fairy Tail on Blu-ray because they were like 10 quid each. They were really cheap on Zavi, so I was like, I could buy it. I've already watched it. I watched the first 50 episodes and hated it.
It's so bad.
But yeah, so Naruto, you liked the episode, I liked it. It wasn't the best episode we've ever had, but it was definitely good.
It was reasonable, and like the whole, everyone's kind of joining together.
Even the
it shows that Madara and Obito are weak.
yeah, compared to an entire army, they struggle a little bit. But one thing it also right, what did you think of the Nine Tails in Susanoo? Look pretty fun, cool, right? When they did it, and then Jugo was inside there, I was like, why is he in there? He doesn't need to be there anymore.
It's like just the wedge of Jugo.
Yeah, but I hope in like the next episode they do it so his curse mark goes over it, so it's like all 3 of them combined in. That'd be fucking cool.
No, just get rid of Jugo.
Yeah, or just get rid of him. Either way. But
Jugo.
I've decided though, when the manga finishes, which apparently is going to finish next week.
No, it finishes the week after, I think.
I think they're doing a double feature next week.
Say what?
Yeah, I think they're releasing.
When does Naruto finish?
I'm not sure. They said it would finish in November because a lot of people were saying this week's one was the ending, and it was like no. But don't spoil what's going on. So many people are trying to spoil it for me. I've had to avoid it so bad. I would just like press stop recording and leave.
It's like avoiding it like Ebola.
Yeah. I was like, no, not going on Facebook. I'm not going on Facebook. I'm not going on Twitter. I'm not going on Mal. I'm not going on Reddit. I'm not going anywhere. I'm avoiding anything Naruto talk.
November 10th, which ends November what? Monday? Nah, that can't be correct.
What?
Well, I've just got the date that it ends.
When's that?
November 10th.
So that's 10 days from now.
That's a Monday. Which
Wait, no,
means
it's 11 days from now.
It'll be released on the Wednesday. So on the 12th it finishes for the UK. Oh my god, what am I going to do on a Wednesday?
Well, you'll
wait
still
for
have...
Bleach to end.
Yeah, true. I don't know what I'm... Right, so as I said earlier, this week I bought Fate Stay Night and Code Geass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide what I'm going to buy next week. I think I'm just going to buy a load of Soul Eater manga.
Either get Soul Eater or get like a load of cheap ass anime.
That's what I was considering, whether to go and just buy as much Soul Eater as I can buy, because as I said, I'm going to finish Bakuman soon, and then I'll have Chobits to read still, but I've already read half of Chobits. And you can read Chobits really quickly, like really fucking quickly. There's hardly any words. I mean, the main female character can only say one word, so there's only so much they can write.
Oh no.
But yeah, I think I'll either buy as much Soul Eater as I can, or I'll buy as much Dragon Ball Z as I can. It'll be one of those two.
It'll come down to what you really, really want.
Yeah, I think I'll buy Soul Eater, and then I will save up a couple of weeks and buy as much Dragon Ball Z as I can.
Just
But
don't listen to people that are being douchebags.
but so if you want to quickly talk about the big three manga, but try to keep it absolutely spoiler free.
Well, what did you find out?
I'm not even going to say it.
Spoiler for this week. No.
I don't want to hear it.
No, as in I'm saying spoiler. Skip ahead. We'll put in the timestamp.
Yeah, but I don't want to hear it.
No, for the spoiler that you're about to say.
Oh, well, no. I just kind of got told about where we are in the fight right now for Naruto.
Where are we?
Well, it's kind of like finished.
Okay.
Yeah. Just say whether this was a good chapter on.
It was, and it wasn't.
But you said you cried.
I cried. Right, yeah, right. If we take the arc of Sasuke Naruto fight, it was done quickly. Really, I can understand why though, because they've fought really, 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 really hard.
Yeah.
And they've expelled most of their chakra as it is, to then have to go, well, we're gonna fight now. Oh look, we have unlimited reserves of chakra.
Yeah.
No. It's not how it works, and that's why the fight's been done quickly. I cried damn hard at this one.
Does it have
Due to actually Sasuke.
Was there a part to do with Hinata?
No.
Really?
No.
1 sec.
It was actually Sasuke, and it wasn't tears of go fuck yourself. I actually liked Sasuke in this chapter.
I hate.
He was good.
But no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just right. So I watch other people's reviews of the anime of One Piece and Naruto. The only reason I do it is because I like to have other people's opinions. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, those people also review the manga. But what they do, instead of putting chapter so-and-so and that's it, they put in the title what happened in the chapter. So many times, going to click on the video I want, the next one I see will be fucking Danzo dies. And it's like, well, thanks.
Naruto and Sasuke's fight is over.
Yeah, like, fuck the world.
It was damn good, though.
Yeah. As I said, once the manga finishes, I'm going to buy all of it.
I have to admit, I really, really, really liked it. The fact that, like, it doesn't feel bad.
If it doesn't feel rushed, that's important because...
No, like, because they were fighting.
That's what I heard, was the fighting was so intense that it being short makes sense.
It really does.
Yeah.
If it would have been a prolonged fight then, I would have been like, nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, they would have felt like two people that are just never going to die. Like,
and it kind of actually gave us good things as well, this chapter. You know how there's been a lot of circulation of the Naruto film?
Yeah.
Like, posters and stuff like that.
Trailers.
And you've been sat there like, which ones are fan-made and which ones aren't?
Mm.
You found out in this chapter if something was fan-made or if it wasn't.
Well, one thing, I haven't watched any trailers for Naruto the Last. And the only
even though I sent one.
Yeah, the only reason I don't want to do it is just because I don't want to do it. I just want to watch it when it comes out and not know anything.
I am looking forward to the 16th of December.
See, that's the thing. The anime's not going to be finished by then, so it's not going to make any sense to the anime viewers. And it's an anime movie. It makes no fucking sense.
I don't give no shits.
I'm literally going to not watch it until the anime finishes.
Colin, look at all the fucks I get.
Bastards. It makes no fucking sense. They should have done a one-shot manga and literally done it the same way.
I don't care, because it means that I now am happy.
Motherfucker.
I get to see the end, find out what actually happens, and I've actually found out what the storyline is behind it.
Motherfucker.
It's been released.
Yeah, I know. I've not. I don't want to know anything about it. Let's move on to One Piece chapter.
Right, One Piece chapter. There was no One Piece chapter.
Oh, there wasn't, was there?
No.
Did they reveal why? Because I heard that he was ill.
Oh. As far as I know, there hasn't been a One Piece chapter this week, unless one got released earlier today. Nope.
No, there won't have been. But
there has not been a One Piece chapter this week.
I heard the Oda was ill, which is scary because he's had health problems.
Yeah, he has health problems.
And he has said that he wanted 1,000. I heard the number 1,000. He wanted to finish something on 1,000. I don't know if he wants to finish on the 1,000th chapter.
He wants to finish on the 1,000th chapter. Apparently.
Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure what it is.
Or the anime, like
it was something like that. I think he either wanted 1,000 chapters or 1,000 episodes. And 1,000 episodes would be crazy because that's still like another 350 or something.
Which means that we'll be going for a couple of more years.
Yeah, which I could fully see.
Well, yeah. So it hasn't been released. I can't find out why. There's no actual reasons.
Could you imagine if he died and he wasn't the one carrying on making One Piece?
If he dies, we're not going to find out the end.
Because he's a fucking genius.
I don't think we'll ever find out the end if he dies, due to the fact that if he dies, we'll then get some kind of ending. It might be his ending, but you'll be sat there like, is it his ending?
Yeah.
And you won't feel fully.
Like, if we go completely by statistics, One Piece is the greatest manga series of all time. It has sold more light novels. Graphic novels, not light novels. It has sold more graphic novels than any other manga series of all time, beating Dragon Ball Z. It has consistently got the top rank in Shonen Jump. Its DVDs sell well. The only reason it doesn't really do that well over here and in the US is because of the shitty 4Kids dub that came out. And yet it's still as popular as it is. It's hard to not like One Piece. You're right.
Yeah, just give me a second.
No problem. But no, I'm interested to read the One Piece manga because the anime is in a slump right now. We had a decent episode this week, but it was nothing special. But the pacing of the anime has been so slow recently that I want the fast-pacedness of the manga. What are you doing?
Sorry, dog's being an idiot. So I'm having to sort out the dog at the same time.
Just kick it out of the way.
It's ill today, so
it's no reason.
Has the right to have me being nice to it.
No, that's no reason not to kick it.
She's ill.
But no, so there was no One Piece manga volume this week, which, if you're one of these people that do worry about the health of Oda, this is a time to worry because he's done that quite a lot recently. He's taken quite a lot of weeks off.
Yeah.
In this year? I think he's taken off a couple, hasn't he?
Oh, a few.
Yeah. And then if you want to quickly move on to Bleach once you're ready.
Right, well, Bleach was a bit weird.
Mm-hmm.
We're still not feeling like we're at the end.
You could spoil Bleach for me because I don't care.
The head of whatever it is that is attacking, I've forgotten the names, of the Hasherwold, has consumed all the Hasherwold members.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay then.
He sacrificed them all.
He sacrificed them. Wait, what did he do? Explain yourself.
He literally sacrificed them all.
What, to make himself stronger?
Yeah.
Did...
Like, he actually killed them all off.
That's pretty cool. What was I about to say about Bleach? So, somebody the other day, who was it? For Neverworld, I don't know if you've heard him. Heard of him. He's the guy that I actually go to watch the reviews of the episodes of Naruto and One Piece. He's just the guy I found. He's quite popular. He's got like 100k subscribers or whatnot, and he does quite nice reviews of the weekly episodes. But he recently released a picture where he was like, "Could you imagine if just Aizen pops out of nowhere and was like, just as planned, bitches," or something like that? Because during the earlier part, I have no fucking idea.
No, he is still around. They imprisoned him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Where I'm up to in the series, he has gone to the bad side or whatever. Where is it where all the Hollows live? What is it called?
I know what you mean.
Yeah, he's gone to that place to get stronger, and we're currently in some filler at the moment, which is shit. I might watch some Bleach actually soon. I need to watch some.
Yeah.
Headphones are falling off.
Sorry, the dog is playing up tonight. Which is worrying. Isn't it, puppy? She's drugged up to her eyeballs at the moment.
Drugged up to her eyeballs.
Yeah.
But
she doesn't help her.
Yeah, so I don't. The thing is with Bleach, I just don't care about Bleach at all. And
somehow I don't blame you.
And I think I know the reason, right? So when I started watching Naruto, I only started watching it because I finished watching Dragon Ball Z, GT, and just Dragon Ball for like the fifth or sixth time. So I was like, I need to watch something else. So I just plain watched Naruto all on its own. I finished it all up to where I was at the time in about a month or two. It wasn't a very long time. I power watched it. And I think that's one of the reasons I really enjoyed Naruto. And then One Piece, I watched it with like 5 or 6 different people. So I had people to talk to about it. I have literally no one to talk about Bleach with.
I would say me, but nah.
But you didn't watch the series. You read it. So, but I don't know. I just don't feel attached to Bleach in the same way I do Naruto and One Piece.
Understandable. Right, so that's pretty much all that's happened this week.
Yeah.
In manga.
Yeah. So, what else is there? So,
I think that's pretty much everything that we wanted to talk to you about tonight.
Yeah, so happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you all have a good time. You might as well get your jokes out about why are we wearing our masks, because it's Halloween. Why are you? Ha, we're funny. But yeah, happy Halloween. Make sure you get lots of sweets. Rob other kids' sweets, which I'm going to go do tomorrow. Or today, of the time of watching this.
I'm just going to stab the kids if they come to my house.
Corpse party style.
That reminds me about something that actually I want to bring up to kind of do with it. Oh, just give me a second. The dog is once again playing up. Did you hear about what happened in New York? This is to keep you safe, guys. After hearing about this, it really did worry me.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
A man, was it Tuesday night, was found to be dragging a decapitated corpse.
Oh, bloody hell.
Into a New York street.
Yeah.
most people thought that it was like a prank, as he then proceeded to kick the severed head
Oh god.
of the corpse down the street before jumping in front of a train. There is a lady that has been put as the unfortunate victim of this brutal assault. It was a 60-year-old lady whose son was the murderer who then jumped in front of the train.
Bloody hell.
He had severe mental issues, along with also having taken lots of drugs beforehand. Really, it worries me that this sort of thing happens, and to kind of reduce the amounts of... The one thing that I would like to say is don't go stupid out there, and make sure to keep yourself safe during the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you live in England, you should be fine.
Because we don't have guns.
We don't have guns, and we don't have crazy people that kick decapitated corpses. But I really do feel sorry for the family.
Yeah, definitely, of course.
Of this incident, for both people that have passed away, and especially in the way that it's actually happened.
Yeah. So, oops, sorry.
Yeah, feel free to.
Yeah. So the things to take away from that story are: don't do drugs, don't take sweets away from strangers, and don't dress like a slut unless it's Halloween. They are the rules.
Yeah, the worry, and don't come around Temeth's house.
Yeah.
Come around Temeth's house, you're gonna have a knife to the head.
Yeah.
At the moment,
if you
the
knock
plan
up...
is
The
plan is for me tomorrow evening. Family are going out for Halloween. I am a Grinch to all holidays,
Same.
so lights are going off. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to play on the computer. If someone does knock on the door or tries any shit, they'll find themselves a bit worried.
So my bedroom's right above the window.
Yeah.
My plan is every time the kid knocks, and if they knock twice, like if they're one of those people that knock and you don't answer and they knock again, big bucket of water on top, boom, get soaked.
Thing is, that's boiling water that he's on about.
Yep. You can't see them, but kettles are just there.
I really am not in the mood for the kids, especially with the ones that live near me, who are chavvy scumbags that I will
Same.
hurt.
But yeah, I think that's the Halloween episode.
Yeah.
Not very Halloweeny, apart from the fact we watched Corpse Party.
Corpse Party.
Yeah, if I had to recommend a horror series, I'd recommend it because it's all I've watched. But yeah, for Halloween, go watch a load of horror anime, get yourself nice... Oh, that's one thing I'd like to say, actually. Kinda had nightmares. No, I didn't. I had one really weird dream where you can't see it, but the window's over there, and my bed, as you can see there, goes right underneath the window. I had a dream that like a black figure came through the window and was trying to pull me out the window. Don't know why. I wasn't scared even in the dream. I don't know why, but the memory just stuck with me. I didn't get raped like the character in Corpse Party, but...
That you're just saying that. You did.
I did, and I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's not rape.
So with that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next week. See you later, lads. Bye.